location. The media, they're saying to clear back behind the barrier. The barrier would be the police. Oh, that was a glass bottle. All right, so Jay, I'm going to pull you back this way as they come.
Chris, what are they saying? Are they saying anything, police, on the bullhorns or on speakers?
Well, people are yelling using just their voices saying, move back, get out of the way, you know what's going to happen. And the helicopter above is saying, move out of the way. This pertains to all media as well. Clear out of the area. So we're moving back and trying to give them distance while at the same time living up to the responsibility to keep eyes on the situation.
Chris, we're looking at people who are laying in the middle of the street. Is that anywhere near you?
I do not see that. I do not see people. There are a lot of people here, but I don't. You got Ryan on the other side from me and Jason behind him and Miguel farther up the street. So maybe one of them is closer to it. We're trying to stay closer to the police so we can see exactly what they do.
So, Reverend, stand by, Chris. Reverend Owens, how can this be diffused?
Well, I think before I answer that question, one of the things that we asked the DOJ to do was to provide us a system in place whereby they can monitor the conduct of the police as it relates to people's amendments, rights to protest. I think what you're seeing here now is exactly what Pastor Brian is saying, a very small element, and I think this element is divided. There are those, as I see it, who are attempting to move the crowd beyond the control of the police and say, it's over, go home. You have those who are laying down in the street in a sense of civil disobedience, determined not to leave. And then I think that you have those out there who are determined to disrupt a peaceful march. So I think the dynamic is that there are elements. I am shocked and surprised that the police would tell the press that they would have to go. That severely concerns me because that dictates that the actions of the cops won't be recorded.
Okay, stand by. So media's allowed to be there. Police have said that the media is allowed to be there while the curfew is in effect. Again, we're watching these pictures come in of police that appear to be moving in. They are moving in, and some of the protesters are defying that by throwing bottles, and they continue to be on the street. My colleagues Ryan Young, Jason Carroll, Chris Cuomo out in the crowds now. I want to go to Jason. I don't know if Jason is anywhere near this. Jason, if you could hear me, what are you seeing at your location?
Don, I can hear you. I'm standing right here at the front line here where you can see a number of the police officers that are still here, still in their stands. We've seen a number of people, small number, throwing bottles, water bottles, glass bottles at police. What's been happening is every few moments or so, the number of police officers here in this one single formation start moving a few feet. They make an announcement, clear the area, then they start moving a few more feet, continuously asking those who are here to move back to clear the area. What's been interesting, Don, is, and I know you saw this in some of the video earlier, not seeing it at this point, but there were members of the community who were standing out there between the small fraction of people that are out here and this front line, even as incoming glass bottles and water bottles were being thrown, still standing there, still telling those few who are left to leave, standing once again between those stragglers that are out here and this line of officers that are still out here as well. I'm told from one law enforcement official that was out here is that they're going to continue doing this. They're going to continue moving step by step until eventually they clear the area. Don?
All right, Jason, stand by. We're watching these pictures along with you. My colleague Jason Carroll there on the front line, as he said, right close to the front line. Reverend Bryant, my question to you is that you urged people to go home last night. Anyone who's in the sound of your voice who may be listening to you, you have some influence over, what do you say to them tonight?
I pray that they'll stay home. I'm not sure whether this is getting ready to start a chain and a cycle of deliberate civil disobedience. they